Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do something really fun. This is my Trinidadian dingo dog of a husband that I love very much. And I made a joke with his mom that I was gonna cook some local Trinidadian food. So I was recommended to a website or a YouTube channel called Foodie Nation. So I have here with me a recipe to make traditional Trinidadian doubles as well as shad-on beni sauce. So I'm actually headed for the first time ever to Centra Food Market, which is, I guess you would say, an ethnic grocery store, to actually locate some of these ingredients, because these are not things that I can find at my usual local Longos, which is where we typically shop for more European flair. So I'm on the hunt for some of the ingredients that we're going to need to make these doubles and this shad-on beni sauce. There we go, Centra. We had to come a little bit more south to find one of these. Of course, my husband's getting distracted at the hot table. What is that?
Barbecue pork.
Oh boy. So I've already run into an issue, and that's that nobody here understands English. So I'm asking for ingredients that they don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm looking for shad-on beni, also known as culantro, not cilantro, which is the green leafy vegetable component to this recipe. And luckily I ran into a Trinidadian woman and she was able to point me in the right direction. There we go. Culantro. But they apparently don't have Scotch bonnet peppers, so instead the Trinidadian woman said to use these. Turmeric powder, apparently also known as saffron. Luckily I ran into the most lovely Trinidadian woman who helped me. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been able to navigate this. That was a journey. My first time in Centra supermarket. Thank God they had people to help us. And what we've learned is that what we call in Canada certain ingredients that were required is different when what they call them back in Trinidad. So I was asking for products in the, I guess, Trinidadian name, but what I should have been asking for was the Canadian name. But in any case, we'll have to get the rest of the ingredients just at our regular grocery store. We only got the ethnic ones at Centra. I have my two Foodie Nation recipes, one for the shad-on beni sauce and one for the actual double, as well as the chana topping that goes in the middle. And then here's all the basic ingredients that I was able to acquire, and I also have the fresh ingredients in our fridge. So I got all of my fresh ingredients that I picked up yesterday at the supermarket. And one thing I'm going to use on the Foodie Nation blog, they actually just use a pot with oil in it. I feel more comfortable using my deep fryer. I think this is a safer way to do it instead of just bringing like a massive pot of oil to boil on my stove. So I'm actually going to utilize, I have a really great big deep fryer that'll help me get really nice hot temperatures safely. So I'm going to use this as an alternative to the pot. I have to say, I'm so glad that I've discovered culantro, because I actually love cilantro, and this is basically like a very, very strong version of cilantro. So as I prepare the chana topping, apparently I'm gonna need only 2 tablespoons of this chopped up finely. Scissors to chop it up, only because I think the scissors actually work better than a knife at this point. So I'm gonna just chop up a bunch. I'm only gonna need 2 tablespoons though. But yeah, loving the smell of this. Is so potent. Oh my God, that's looking so good, and my house already smells delicious like curry. I lowered the heat a bit. It was on high as per the instructions, but it started to like really blow up a lot, so I've lowered it. Still pretty high, but yeah, I know we want this rapid boil, and I've got my culantro shad-on beni. I got more than 2 tablespoons there ready to go for the next step. All right, so now we need to add a half a tablespoon of ground cumin, which they also call jeera. Oh wow, that's really, really strong. It's not a spice I typically use. Very, very potent. I can understand why we only use half a tablespoon of that. And the 2 tablespoons now of the chopped up shad-on beni. Perfect. So I added the gira, cumin, whatever you want to call it, and I've added the 2 tablespoons of shadon beni. And now we're just going to let this boil for another 5 minutes, probably trying to get rid of more of the liquid there. But wow, that's looking exactly like what they had on the blog, and it also smells delicious. A smell.
Like a Trini house.
We're a Trini wife now. Come look. Adam just got home from a nice massage. How was it?
It was great.
Okay, look. Chana's done. Does that smell good?
Yeah, it smells really good.
Does it smell like your country? Here, taste it. Taste it, taste it. It just came off.
Does it need to rest?
It needs to rest and thicken a bit, but yeah, you can taste it. That's the chana that goes inside the double. Come on. Does it smell like Trini?
That's good.
Does it taste like Trini?
That's good.
Okay, well that's one topping done. We still have to do the dough, which is called bara, and we still have to do the shadon beni sauce, which is that green sauce.
That's really good.
Okay, I lied. I'm not starting on the bara next. I'm starting on the shadon beni sauce because once again, I don't want the bara to get crispy. I want it as soft as possible. So I'm going to start with the shadon beni sauce. I have a lot more culantro shadon beni to wash and chop because I'm going to need 2.5 cups for this recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and prep a bunch more of that. Baby.
So what did you do for this part? How did you get this going?
I followed the recipe. That's the chana.
You think that's enough?
I'm following the recipe quantities, so it's supposed to make 18 doubles in the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
I'm just following the recipe to a T because I don't want to mess it up. But if we like it and it works out, we can always double the recipe in future. Because this one's made to do like 18 doubles, which I figure you and I will crush. Question. So the recipe, they do everything like old school. So like the dough, for example, like they do everything by hand. Do you think I should try using my KitchenAid stand mixer? I have a KitchenAid stand mixer with a dough hook.
Sure.
So instead of like using our hands and like getting them all gunky, I'm saying like they use a pot with oil, but I have a deep fryer. So we're modernizing the recipe a bit and using more mainstream kitchen appliances, only because like I don't know like about using my fingers to like knead the dough and like all of that. I'm used to using my KitchenAid mixer. How awesome does that smell?
It smells really good.
Yeah, that's culantro. It smells like cilantro, just much stronger. So I need 2.5 cups of this. 1 pack barely made 2 cups. So can you open up the second pack for me of culantro and we'll rinse it. And I'm using scissors to chop it because I think scissors work better than a knife in this case. It has a little bit of dirt on it, the culantro, when you get it from the supermarket, so that's why you have to rinse it off a little bit. Pretty sure you don't want to be eating the dirt.
In here?
Yeah, just give it a quick rinse and we'll let it dry off, and I'm going to continue prepping the other. I'm going to need at least another cup of it. All right, I got my 2.5 cups of culantro ready to go in my blender. Now I'm gonna add the other ingredients, which is the garlic, the Scotch bonnet pepper, the lime juice, and some of the water to help it blend. I literally never used this blender before, it's my first time. So these aren't actually Scotch bonnet peppers because like I said in my last video, they didn't actually have that at the food market. So the Trinidadian lady recommended these little peppers to me. So I'm gonna have to Google and see the size of a Scotch bonnet pepper versus this pepper to make sure, because it's calling for only half of a Scotch bonnet pepper with the seeds removed. Oh wow, this is definitely spicy because I can already smell it and it's already getting to me, and I'm not a fan of like jalapenos and stuff, so this is really potent. I need you, Adam, to Google a Scotch bonnet pepper because I'm not sure if this is bigger or smaller.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, I Googled it. This literally looks like a Scotch bonnet pepper, so I'm gonna assume that it only needed a half of one. So I'm gonna throw, it's so spicy.
Soap your hand.
Yeah, it was so spicy, be careful with that. Adam's gonna do the 4 cloves of garlic. 4 cloves of garlic. I'll get the next thing. Oh my gosh, that pepper is so strong. I can literally feel it in my throat. I need to get a drink.
The Italian can't handle the spice.
I can't handle the heat. Okay, 2 tablespoons of lime juice also is gonna go in here. Oh my God. Okay, blend at high speed the ingredients. So we have the garlic, the pepper, the lime juice, and then half the water. Okay, so you're doing that. So 2 tablespoons of this. Oh, I overshot some lime. Okay, 1 tablespoon. You can use the knife to scoop out whatever is stuck in the garlic press. Yeah, just use it to get all the garlic because you don't want to waste the garlic. Okay, lime juice is in, and it calls for a cup of water, but it says to only use half the amount to start. So I'll get half a cup of water and add it now. And then it says,
Smells good.
okay, we need half a teaspoon of salt. Could you grab me the big salt,
I
please?
think I want to put a little more garlic.
You want to put extra garlic?
I like garlic.
I think you should follow the recipe. The big thing of salt, and we need half of a teaspoon. Adam always likes to add his own little touches.
A little
to a recipe.
excessive.
He's a little excessive.
Half?
Yeah, half a teaspoon. Okay, that's good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna pulverize this.
Pulverize it.
We're gonna put it in the blender. Here, I'll bring it over here so you can see it better. Okay, I've never used this blender before. Okay, ready? Blend.
It's not plugged in.
Oh, fuck.
You can't swear on this channel.
Okay, can you move the camera closer over here? Okay, ready? Blend. There it goes. I'll make it close. Okay, that's looking good to me. Great, that consistency is looking really good to me. So I think our blender worked well. Little dance, little midway, little gyrate. Adam's confused about what components we're working on. So here's a spoon. Okay, so this is the chana. That goes inside the double, okay? This is shadon beni. This is a sauce that also goes inside the double. What we haven't made yet is the dough. So let's taste this. This should be done now. So let's just grab a little bit of it.
I'll let you try it first.
Why? Mmm. Oh, wow.
That's good.
Mmm.
That's tasty.
That's really good.
You hit that right on.
That is perfect. It's actually much better than I thought it was gonna be. Wow, that was delicious. And I don't think it needs more salt. Like, I feel like I taste the salt.
Perfect.
Okay, now we can move on to bara, which is the dough.
I got it.
This is the hard part.
The
Okay.
Italian cooking Trini.
Okay, listen, we're gonna use my KitchenAid stand mixer though. We're gonna cheat a little bit and we're gonna use modern day appliances. All right, the next step's gonna be the bara, which is the dough, the shell of the double. And it's saying in a medium bowl to add the flour, brown sugar, salt, turmeric, and yeast mixed to combine. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Got my handy dandy KitchenAid stand mixer on standby because I'm thinking instead of doing this manually with my hands, I think I'm gonna use my dough hook. And I think I'm gonna use my mixer to do the work for me. So let's get all the ingredients in there. There's all my dough ingredients. And I am slowly adding the warm water. So it's like a cup and 3 tablespoons. And it says to just add it slowly. So the benefit of using the KitchenAid stand mixer is that it does all the mixing for you. So you don't need to have sticky fingers. And it gives you this control over adding the water slowly. And you can see it starting to clump. Just like how in the video she showed her fingers doing it. My KitchenAid mixer is doing it for me. So there we go. I've slowly added the 1 cup of water. I'm gonna keep an eye on it and then I'll add the 3 tablespoons. But the dough is coming together really nice. Love my KitchenAid mixer, love the dough hook. Amazing investment. Okay, my dough is coming together really good. It's not making a ball yet. So I know I need to add a little bit more water. So now I'm working on that last 3 tablespoons of water so that this can start collecting together to form a nice dough ball. Right, I must have got the right consistency because my handy KitchenAid mixer made a nice ball. So I'm gonna let that knead for a minute like suggested, and then I'm gonna get it out on the counter, which I've sanitized, and we'll start making our little bara balls. We got perfect balls. So it's all together, nice consistency, and what they want is for it to not get scabby. So now we're gonna put a little bit of oil on top of it to sort of keep it moist. And I also have a moist towel sort of ready to go to keep this from getting scabbed up. So I'm gonna leave that little bit of oil on top, and I'm gonna get my counter nice and oiled up for our next steps. Our deep fryer here is green light, so it's showing it's ready. So the next step's gonna be to just let this rest. I have like a damp towel to cover the ball so that it doesn't get crusty, and I'll work on the next step. To make our little bara shells, so you're supposed to take like a little ball and you're supposed to stretch it out as thin as possible on your counter. And it's okay to have like a little bit of holes. Clearly I'm still perfecting this technique, but the idea is to stretch it out as big and thin as you can, and then you very quickly dump it in there. Go ahead and grab that, and you just let it cook on one side for a second, and then the other side for a quick second, and then you take it out and let it rest on some paper towel. And these are some other ones that I've just created. And then you put 2 together like this to make your double.
Like so.
Like so. So I'm gonna make a bunch more of those. Adam, you can make yourself another one to eat if you'd like. All right, I know all the Trinidadians out there are probably gonna laugh at me, but my throat is still tickling from those Scotch bonnets. I'm going to use a rolling pin because I'm finding that it's hard for me to get it really thin and large enough, and I don't want them to have so many holes and thick spots. So I'm actually gonna cheat a little bit and I'm gonna use a rolling pin to help make my
you make doubles
bara.
and you keep eating them.
And Adam's just gonna keep eating as
doubles.
I keep cooking. I haven't even been able to try one myself yet.
Okay, but I want you to try one.
Okay, well I can't because I have to deal with this while the dough is not dry.
I'm thoroughly impressed.
There we go. There's another one hot off the deep fryer. Okay, so there we go. Another little bara dough. And I'm gonna use my rolling pin, even though all the Trinis out there are probably gonna laugh at me because I'm having a hard time getting it pressed out with my hands. Thank goodness for granite countertops. There we go. And in my deep fryer. Right, we made our first double. We're still perfecting our bara doughs, but there you go. Try it.
I'm going to.
Okay, our first homemade double. Does it taste good?
Yeah, that tastes really good.
Okay, what do we need to work on?
I'm thinking it's good.
Really? Okay, I want to work on making my dough thinner and maybe a little larger.
Really good.
Tastes pretty authentic?
Very tasty.
Okay, I'm gonna try my first double. I definitely think using the rolling pin was super helpful for me who's a beginner. And I didn't even need 2 shells as a result of it. I only needed 1. So I'm gonna roll mine like a little burrito. It's still hot. It smells delicious. Oh my God. I have to say, I think For an Italian, cooking Trini for the first time, I did pretty
Really
freaking good. Mmm.
You did excellent.
Mmm. Oh my god.
You did really good.
Okay, so feedback would be definitely need the dough shells really, really thin. So I'd like to improve rolling them out thinner. I personally think less salt.
Less salt. Yeah.
They're pretty salty to
Yeah,
me,
less salt.
and I'm not a salt eater, so I'll ask you, do you think they're salty?
Yeah, it is.
I think they're a little salty. Mmm. Man, oh man. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back and make notes in the Foodie Nation recipe for less salt in all the ingredients. I think, is it everything that's salty, or is it just one of the dips that's salty?
I think it's the chana.
The chana?
That chana sauce, yeah.
The chana or the green one, the shadon beni?
No, the chana.
The beans, okay. So that, to me, had a little too much salt, so I'm gonna lessen that. Mmm. Guys, it can be done. The Italian can cook Trini.
You did great. Next, I want to try the roti, baby.
Okay.
With the, what's that? The wrap, the
But bust up shut.
bust up shop.
Okay, so stay tuned. Next, we're gonna do roti. I brought you doubles.
I see.
Your Italian
Your maid-
daughter-in-law made doubles and I delivered them to you special.
Yeah,
That's nice. Oh my God. Why did
you're gonna try doubles.
I know what.
The true Trini is gonna
I
try
want
the
you to try
double.
my doubles.
It's such a cold, good
yeah.
rain.
I want you to try my doubles.
You should have stayed.
We're gonna record the experience. Okay, sit.
Okay, but wait, let me get something to drink.
Okay, get something to drink. And I'm gonna show you what you do. I want you to try. There's no meat.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I know you do. Okay, so look,
You
this
should
is
see
the
what I had.
chana. That's the chana.
Wow.
This is the chadon beni sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And then you roll it up. Adam, I'll do it for you.
No, I'm good. No, no, no.
You're not having one?
No, I'm okay. 'Cause
Okay, I
I
brought
thought
for
I
us.
was gonna order my pizza now.
Why are you getting pizza when I've been slaving all day to make
But I
you
ate
doubles?
like 4 of these already today. I ate 4. You
He
want me to eat
doesn't
more?
like my doubles.
I
now.
love your
Just buy a
doubles.
small pizza. Oh my God. Yeah.
Try it, Grandma. Try it. There's no meat.
No meat, I know.
Does it taste good?
Very good.
I know you're real Trinidadian, so
Good.
not bad though, right?
No, very
For
good. No.
for an Italian girl.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't even make this.
Mm.
You need a chana, go too. The chana came out very good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Excellent. Mm-hmm.
In Trinidad, they eat them on the side of the road.
I know.
Just like that.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it, but it's so messy. It's a mess. It's a messy dish. It's good.
Should I have one then?
Yes.
Right? Is this warm?
We want it warmed up.
You can warm it if you want.
That's okay.
I want this.
You did?
Oh, so good. I think it turned out really good.
Turned out amazing.
Amazing, yeah. I did it.